So previously we were talking about the importance and role of access in democratic education. I'd love for you to talk to our audience a little bit about that. How does access play its role in democratic education?
Oh, that's a great question, Michael. I think that when we think about online education, often people think that it's very flat and two-dimensional. But
Hmm.
in actuality, it's a way of access. It's a way of generating or creating spaces or creating the conditions for equity. So I know that the course that we run, that's initial teacher education for early childhood, and in Victoria, we're desperate for early childhood teachers. And so, how do we create spaces so students or people can come in and become teachers?
Yeah.
And so, we created a completely online asynchronous program that is, as I said previously, foregrounds First Nations worldviews and sustainability. And people can access it in multiple ways. They can join us in an open office hour that's optional. They can come in at late at night when they have time or during their breaks and do small sections of the course without having to worry about getting to some place at a certain time. So again, it gives them that access. But the content that we put in there is real and complex and engages multimodally so that there's lots of ways of entry into learning. And so these are really important parts, we think, in thinking about democracy and what it means to be accessible. Now, what's really important in our course is we have, while we're online and asynchronous, we also have something we call a collective. And it's built on this idea of a salon, a place where you can come together and ask questions and have conversations. And we put five students together with one, what we call a collective mentor. And they work with the students throughout the entire course. So they just come together to talk about what education is or how education is being enacted in their local place. They also, part of that collective is that when they go out on placements, they have that same group that can support them, as well as the same person who's been having these deep conversations with them around education or with education and issues, contemporary issues in education and issues that are specific to their context. Catherine, do you want to add to that?
Um, Thanks, Jean. And I think the key part, just to pick up on the idea of the collectives, is building relationships.
Mm.
And so often, when you do your placement, you're at a site, they see you just for a short time. You might get a one visit from somebody from the university, and then it's on to the next place and another set of people. Whereas with our model, the collective mentor is working, co-participating with you for your entire course. They come with you, albeit virtually, but they come with you on your placements. They're there for support. But the other part of it is they're the person at the end that assesses your placement work. So again, it's the fact that you've built a relationship with somebody. They've really had a close perspective of the work that you've done. And so then the approach to assessment is very relational. It's not, again, a kind of random person that doesn't know anything about you. So the role of the collective really activates all of the important ideas about access, about a democratic education, and about that working together in that co-participatory way that then we hope our students, once they become teachers, will also enact.
Well, and it's about connecting that conceptual, those understandings that when we look at the course and we look at the course outcomes, we're conceptually committed to this idea of relational teaching.
Right.
And we're conceptually committed to complex ideas like sustainability and foregrounding First Nations worldviews. So, what pedagogies and then what technical structures can exist to support that? So, while the collective is a technical structure, within that collective, the use of dialogue and debate and conversation and relationships are the ways in which those things are enacted. So, they all have to align in order to deliver something that is accessible and I guess contributes to the complexity of teaching. So, in what ways do we empower our students to become teachers who engage with complexity? And this is one way to do that.